Well, hello. Welcome to your July. How are you doing? How is your summer going? Well, we're well into sunglasses and our long brim hats and, your sunscreen because that sun is pretty strong. So summer's going to go by really fast, so don't miss it. What kinds of fun stuff have you done this summer? What kind of vacations have you taken or that maybe you have planned? I'd love to know in the comments. I have a lot of people coming at the end of July to see us this time before we head back south. But I would love to know what you're going to do for summer as it moves right along. And I'm so glad that you're here with me today for our July Primetime 2024. Pretty exciting. I have one event to tell you about. It's very, very exciting. But FM 91 is going to be back on the road. It's on July 28th from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at the University of Toledo. It's Art of Them All that we do every year. We'll have a table. We'll be broadcasting FM 91 live. All your favorite hosts are going to be there. Brad Cresswell, Mary Claire Murphy, Kari Marshall. You can ask them how they create their radio and podcast, and you can listen to live guests that'll be talking during the day as well, and all the art stands that are going to be there with us that day. So I hope you join us on the 28th at the University of Toledo. It all starts at 10 a.m. So with that, I say, let's just dive right into July. What do you think? So this Thursday, guess what? It is July 4th, and we have the PBS annual A Capital Fourth live program right at 8 o'clock. Now, did you know that this is America's longest running live National Independence Day tradition? This is the 44th year. That's crazy. So we'll be live at the East Lawn of the Capitol. It's the biggest birthday party for America ever, and it's the greatest tradition ever. Music performances like no other, and fireworks. So many fireworks. It's the best of the fireworks. It repeats right afterwards at 9:30, and then I take it a next step further and repeat it the next day on Friday at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, just in case you just wanted to see the fireworks again. You can watch them all over again. So that's on Thursday, July 4th at 8 p.m., A Capital Fourth for 2024, 44 years in the making. I hope you enjoy every single minute. That takes us right to our Sunday nights. I'm going to go right there. We're right smack in the middle of our two new series. 8 o'clock, Professor T. The season, he's in jail. He's not talking. He won't talk. He won't save himself. For Christine, it's so crazy and it's so good. He's starting to buckle a little bit. He's kind of having a hard time. I think it's so well done, well written, well acted out, and so many of those great his imaginings that he has are so fun. So 9 p.m., we go to Grantchester. We're in season 9, which is so much fun. Oh my gosh, the second episode when Will was leaving and left, I was in tears. I think there was 3 parts in the last 10 minutes that I actually was really crying. And then when you saw Jordy at the end and because I'm sure you were crying too. I read a lot of comments that people were like, okay, I was in tears. What about you? But well done. I thought that was a 10 times much better exit than when Sydney left. You can agree or disagree with me. I'd love to know what you think. But I thought that was a much better exit. Him moving on with everybody, his family, to do better things. I thought that was great. And just so you know, just last week, it was announced that there will be a season 10. So we're not done with Grantchester yet. We are excited, and I'm glad to say that. So, 10 o'clock. How are you doing with D.I. Ray season 2? Boy, I think it's a great mystery series. It's got tough material. She's a tough girl, and I'm just so glad to see that there's a season 2. I am really enjoying it. We're right in the middle of all of these, and I'd love to know what you think. Do you have a favorite mystery, or do you like them all equally? It's kind of hard to tell. Grantchester's kind of a nice, happy, where D.I. Ray, we kind of get right in there. So I would love your thoughts on that. So we'll move on to Monday from there. Monday nights at 9 p.m. we're right in the nitty-gritty of the Great American Recipe Season 3. Oh my gosh, all that superfood. Oh my gosh, it's so good. And I don't know, when somebody has to go because, they lost the competition or whatever, I would still eat their food. Because that food is going to be so good. But I love all the contestants. I love pretty much everything that they make. I think it's a really great show. I would love to know what you think. But we are going to continue with season 3 on Monday nights at 9 o'clock. 10 p.m. on your Monday nights, we'll have independent films, except for Monday, July 22nd at 10 p.m. It kind of popped in a repeat of the real story of Mr. Bates versus the post office. So you remember the 4-piece masterpiece that we did on, we've had the actors. Well, these are the real people. These are the people that all this stuff happened to, including Mr. Alan Bates himself. So why don't you take a look at this show?
On Masterpiece.
This is the story of one of the widest miscarriages of justice in British legal history.
We'd all had our lives completely tipped upside down.
I went through hell.
It was diabolical. Something had to be done about it.
The real story of Mr. Bates versus the post office. A Masterpiece special.
Don't you kind of feel like you know them? Because we know a lot of the bad stuff that happened to them. So it's really neat to see them in real life. And Mr. Bates talks about what he really felt and why he really did this and stuff like that. And you know what? Just a few weeks ago, honest to God, Mr. Alan Bates was knighted by King Charles for all of his efforts to show these people's innocence. Isn't that something? That just happened a little bit ago, so that's pretty cool. So anyway, I hope you enjoy the repeat of that. I'm sure I'll pop it in the schedule maybe sometime this fall because I'd like everybody to see that. So I'm going to take a little pause here for a minute and just kind of talk about the week of July 15th through the 18th from 8 o'clock to 11 o'clock p.m. It's going to be the Republican National Convention live coverage. That Monday through Thursday, we will have from the 15th through the 18th, the Republican National Convention. So that'll be great. It'll be nice and live. Your Tuesday nights at 8 o'clock, we have repeats of Finding Your Roots with the ever so wonderful Dr. Gates. So many stories to tell and watch. I like watching them over and over again. I don't know about you. Gosh, we have 10 seasons now, so we have a lot of stories that we could rewatch and catch back up on because they're so good. 9 p.m., we'll have American history shows, including the last episode of Disco, Soundtrack of a Revolution, and then there's an American Experience on the Tuesday after that. And then, get this, on July 23rd at 9 p.m., we begin this 3-part series called Gods of Tennis. It is exactly what you may think. Take a look at this.
We are entertainers first. That's my stage.
There were some anger issues.
You cannot be serious!
If you say sex god, I hope I was popular for my tennis.
She made women believe that they are equal to men.
Tennis was absolutely massive.
Seriously. That is going to be a great 3-part series with all the tennis greats that we love. I'm not a tennis fan, but I know a lot of those people, and I'm anxious to see a lot of that footage. It looks really cool. So let's move on to Wednesdays. It's kind of a combination of science shows on Wednesdays because we're finishing some series, and then we're going to start some new ones. So on July 3rd, 10th at 8 p.m., we have the last 2 episodes of The Dynamic Planet. What do you think of that? It's pretty good stuff. And then we'll go back to some nature episodes at 8 o'clock on Wednesdays. 9 p.m. on July 3rd, we have the last episode of Hope in the Water. And then after that, we'll go back to our Nova episodes at 9 o'clock on Wednesdays. Now, 10 p.m. on July 24th and July 31st is a 3-part series called Sea Change, the Gulf of Maine. It's a Nova special presentation. Now, you and I are going to encounter the spectacular wilderness and wildlife that still teem these waters filled with jeopardy, wonder, and promise. We will track stories of scientists, Native Americans, fishers, and entrepreneurs. It's going to be a great series. Again, it's on July 24th and the 31st, and then it'll be that first Wednesday in August, but it's called Sea Change, the Gulf of Maine. It's a Nova special presentation. So, you can sink your teeth right into that. Toledo Stories on Thursday nights at 8 p.m. On July 11th will be the home front for the hour. On July 25th, it's Jeep Steel Soldier. And then 8:30 that night, it will be Business Life 360 with Christy K. So that's your Thursday nights there. And then your 9 o'clock p.m. mystery repeat will be, can you guess by the hat? Maybe you can. It's Vienna Blood, Season 2. We hadn't seen Season 2 in a while. And then maybe in a few more episodes, we'll do a few more series and I'll come back to Season 3. But Oscar and Max, again, solving some pretty gritty mysteries in 1900s Vienna. I love Oscar so much. I love Max, too. I just love the dynamic between the two of them. This is Oscar's hat, but I just love Oscar. He's so clunky and old-fashioned, and he just doesn't get Max. And Max doesn't care. It's so great. But they solve the mysteries because both of them are very, very, very smart. So 9 o'clock mystery on Thursday nights in July will be Vienna Blood Season 2. I love the way that announcer says it too, because it's from the BBC and it's like, Vienna Blood. He's got this really, really weird, dark voice. It's so funny. So at 10 o'clock, your contemporary music will be Austin City Limits, which is a repeat from Sunday night at 11 o'clock. So Friday nights, we move on. We have the Monday night repeat of the Great American Recipe Season 3 at 9 o'clock. That's kind of a nice way to catch back up with it again. And then I'll repeat the whole series again in a few months, so you can watch them again. 10 p.m. on July 5th, we finish the new series of Jesus Trejo, Roots of Comedy. And then we'll just finish up the month with a few episodes of the 1-hour interview series With, which is your favorite journalists interviewing your favorite performers. So, Saturday nights at 8 p.m., I pulled up some pretty cool concerts for you for that fun summer vibe kind of thing. But 7 on July 6th, it's the Doo-Wop Project. So we're going to meet this super group of the Broadway stars who recreate and they reimagine some of the greatest music in American pop and rock history. That hour is going to be so much fun. And then on July 13th, it's Foreigner, Double Vision, Then and Now. Here's your favorite front row seat for the first ever, and probably last, I don't know if they ever did it again, reunion of both incarnations of the multi-platinum selling band as they perform their greatest hits. What's your favorite Foreigner song? I love Double Vision. That's a good one. There's so many, right? Jukebox Hero, such a great one. I loved everything off the first album. It was such a big hit. Feels like the first time when that hit the radio waves, poof. Oh my gosh, everybody's playing it all the time. But anyway, they play all that stuff. And then Lou Gramm comes on at the end and he sings. So that makes it a lot of fun too. So July 20th, 8 o'clock, Carole King, Home Again, live in Central Park. Now this concert actually took place May 26, 1973. Where were you May 26, 1973? It captured King at her crucial and commercial peak from her album Tapestry. That talk about something going poof, right? Every single song on Tapestry is amazing. Absolutely amazing. So then on July 27th, we have, can you guess? By the Sunglasses, Roy Orbison and Friends, a black and white night. Oh man, we're going to celebrate the music legend in an iconic 1987 concert. It has this all-star cast that I can't even go into. So why don't you just go ahead and take a look.
Only the lonely know the way I feel tonight.
They look a lot younger. It's because they were. It was 1987. Just what a great show that is. That stands time. It just stands the test of time. 9 p.m., I went ahead and pulled more episodes of Craft in America for you. I've gotten some great response for that, and a lot of people, when I've missed an episode, have asked me to come back to it. So we'll just keep visiting America's premier craft artists in their studios and witness the creation of handmade objects into the homes and businesses and public spaces where functional art is employed and celebrated. Art is a wonderful thing in so many different ways, and I think Craft in America really shows you all the different stuff that people are actually doing today. So 10 p.m., I'm keeping Doc Martin right there. I'm going to go ahead and repeat season 9. I just figured I would keep you in the dock in that sleepy little town of Port Wynne. So we'll probably do season 10 again right after that. So everybody loves him there, so I'm just going to keep him. And nobody seems to, let me know in the comments, but nobody seems to mind the repeats. So that's good. They just like seeing him and the quirky shows that they are. So that's okay. 11 o'clock, we do Masterpiece or British drama, repeats there. And on July 6th, we'll have the very last episode of our repeat for Funny Woman. And speaking of Funny Women, we should see season 2 sometime early next year. So they're filming those now. So we'll see her come back. It'll be great. I'm looking forward to that. I enjoyed Funny Woman. I thought it was really good. So, and then for the rest of the month after Funny Woman is done, we're going to move at 11 o'clock to Vandervalk season 3. Mark Warren plays Inspector Pete Vandervalk, and it'll be 4 episodes. So your next 4 Saturdays will be Vandervalk on the boat solving all those crimes in Amsterdam. So it's kind of a wrap for July 2024. My goodness, we did it. That's a pretty packed July. What are you looking forward to? I would love to know. I just hope there's a lot for you to watch when you're watching TV, and I hope it's as entertaining as I want it to be. And I would love to hear your comments on some of the series that we're doing, because I keep track of what people are saying. So I really appreciate that. We actually come back to you on Monday, August 5th at 3 p.m. to take a look at our August schedule. So please take care in the summer heat, and I'll see you August 5th at 3 o'clock, and we'll talk about August. Bye for now, and take care.